Sports fans, and welcome to the Scott Sports 101 NFL Football Sunday post-game show, early games post-game show for Week 3. And in those early games, the Tennessee Titans, in a low-scoring affair, upset the Jacksonville Jaguars after the Jaguars' big win upset win in New England last week, 9-6. Very low-scoring affair today in Jacksonville. But I gotta really hand it to the Titans. They really came out and they played well, and I've got to give it the credit to since it was a field goal affair. I've got to give it to their kicker, to Tennessee's kicker, and to their kicker, and who made 3 great field goals today. The New York Giants beat the Houston Texans in Houston, 27-22, and this was a great game between the Giants and Texans, and I feel that Brian Hoyer, Texans quarterback, had a rough day, but they just tried to battle back, but just could not, and the Giants just prevailed in this one, and I'm glad. The Giants did not want to go 0-3, and it was good that they won this one, and I just think it was a great game. The Carolina Panthers beat the Cincinnati Bengals 31-21. Andy Dalton had a rough day, and Bengals had a few injuries, and it just was not just a good day for the Bengals. But hey, it was a 10-point loss for them, but there's a lot of games left, so they can bounce back and try to win another one. The Baltimore Ravens beat the Baltimore Ravens beat the Denver Broncos. 27-14 in Baltimore. Phil Lindsay got tossed from the game for throwing a punch after recovering a fumble, and he just got out of hand and just. They just felt it was good that he got tossed because the scrum he threw it out is not good. It was not pretty. So Phil Lindsay tossed from the game for throwing a punch at a referee. The Buffalo Bills all over the Minnesota Vikings today, 27-6. Boy. This was not a good day for Minnesota, but they tried so hard and just could not. But I have to give a game ball to where credit is due, and that's Bills quarterback Josh Allen. Josh Allen gets the game ball for that one. He gets it. Buffalo was just all over Minnesota today. The Kansas City Chiefs beat the San Francisco 49ers 38-27. KC with another impressive performance, but San Francisco, they didn't do too bad, but they could have played hard, and that's why they tried to, but they could have played a lot better. Their offense could have been a lot better, but they just could not battle back, and they just could not pull it out in this one. Oakland was trying for their first win in Miami today, but the Miami Dolphins prevailed in it, 28-20 in Miami. And Miami just had a great game. Oakland, it was only a 8-point loss for them. They came close, but they just could not pull it out at the end. Miami just ran away with it, and it just was a great win for the Miami Dolphins. Indianapolis almost upset the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. But the Eagles prevailed, won this one, 20-16. And Carson Wentz did start today for the Philadelphia Eagles, and he had a great game today. And in his first game back after that injury last year. And Indianapolis tried to battle back to get something going to try to upset them, but they just could not do it in the final minutes of the fourth quarter. The New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. This game went to overtime, and this was just seesawing back and forth. 9 score changes in this game. 8. 8 score changes total in this game. But the New Orleans, in overtime, the New Orleans Saints come out on top 43-37, and the game ball for this one goes to Drew Brees, the quarterback. I got to give it to him. And for the last one, the Eagles won, I got to give it to Carson Wentz. I got to give it to him, the quarterbacks. Because quarterbacks did a lot of great work today in these early games. And they just really, the Atlanta Falcons they tried and could not get it, and New Orleans just came out on top. And the Washington Redskins beat the Green Bay Packers today in Washington, 31-17. And Washington just really came out and played hard today. And Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers, I don't think played in this game today, but I'm not sure. He was questionable, but I'm not sure if he played. But they just could not get things going. I mean, they just could not. They just weren't able to pull it out in this one. And my game ball for this one, it goes to quarterback Alex Smith. He just played well today, and just really had a great game. And the late games, last I heard, the Rams were up 7-0 on the Chargers. The Seahawks and Cowboys are scoreless, and I think as well the Bears and Cardinals are scoreless. So, and I will have those when the late games conclude. That post-game show. But this has been a really, as I said back in on my pregame show early this morning, this has been I thought this was going to be a wild week of football in week 3, and it sure has been a wild week of football. There's been some upsets, although most of them teams are at home, but there have been some upsets this week. There have been, there's been some upsets, quite a few upsets this week, yeah. And, there's been just some ups and downs, and I feel Phil Lindsay with Denver, that was totally out of line throwing that punch, and I just felt that he was good that he was tossed out of the game. Oh, and the Steelers are looking at trade listings for Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell was not showing up, and he was out living life, and this last week he hardly showed up, and he played his final game with the Steelers last week, so they are looking for a team to trade him to, and this reminds me of the Johnny Manziel when we had him, and he did that same thing. And you live life, and you don't take the NFL seriously, and that's what's going to happen. You're going to get traded. And so the Steelers, they have to find another one to take Le'Veon Bell's place. And I feel tomorrow's game that they're going to be playing against the Tampa Bay Bucks in Tampa Bay is a very important win for them, and they really need to try to win this game tomorrow night. And I have picked them to win in my picks, and my brother-in-law is taking the Bucks. Right now I'm 5-5, and my brother-in-law is 6-5. So we will see what happens, and I'll let you know if I win my picks or not. But I wanted to, and Jimmy Garoppolo, for the quarterback of the 49ers, I think is going to be out with an injury for the next 2 weeks, for a few weeks, so we'll have to see if he's questionable or if he's out for the next game for next week. Oh boy, just a lot of ups and downs. A lot of just ups and downs this week, and I also have to give a game ball to Ravens quarterback Joe Flacco, who had a great game today. He had I think 27 out of 44, I think, today, and just really had a great game today. And so I just wrote Phil Lindsay throwing that punch, as I said already. I thought that was out of line, and he deserved to get tossed out of the game. And he needs to learn from that. He really does. So we'll see what they do next week in their game for next week. And let's see. I just really and for I gotta and I mean Atlanta did the Atlanta Falcons and Saints game. That was just a horse race, and that was just a one heck of a game between the Saints and the Falcons today. But I mean, there's been some one that had a last game, and there's been some injuries, and there's been a few upsets, and a player getting tossed out of the game. That's why I said I just felt I've just been right on. I felt this was going to be a wild week of football in the NFL in Week 3 because I just felt I was right on about this, and and it has, and I think a lot of my viewers are going to agree with me on that. And I gotta tell you, I mean, you gotta look at it this way. I mean, any team could be any given team on any given Sunday. I mean, you're out there and you're playing. You gotta take this game. You gotta take each game as it comes, but you gotta really remember it's only a game. But you want to get as many regular season wins as you can. So you gotta just remember that. And I feel that a lot of these games were just great games, but Minnesota, they're gonna bounce back. It was just an off day for them, and I feel that they will. Well, we're almost out of time. And my final thoughts. I feel that with now the Patriots and Lions will be playing this evening on Sunday Night Football, and I have the pregame for that one. And I want to I still feel that the Patriots will really have the edge in this game, and I really feel that they are going to win this game this evening by far. And I don't see the Lions winning it, and they are just struggling right now. And I feel that the Patriots will win this game on the road this evening. And I just feel that, and I'll say this again, I feel that tomorrow night's game between the Steelers and the Buccaneers, it is a must-win for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They really need to win that one. So we shall see what happens tomorrow night and what happens with the rest of the games today, the late games and the Sunday night game today. Well, that is going to wrap it up for the Scott Sports 101 Week 3 early games post-game show. I will have another post-game show when all three of the late games, the 4 o'clock late games, are concluded immediately following. And a Sunday Night Football pregame show as well besides that. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.